If you've ever dropped into a Fortnite match without a plan, you know how fast it can go south. Land in the wrong spot, boom! You're looting a gas station while some sweat lord has a gold pump already. Budgeting, same deal. Your landing strategy in Fortnite is the same as figuring out your budget. It sets you up for success or failure, and that's exactly what we're breaking down today. Step 1 of zero-based budgeting, figuring out what you're working with. Let's drop in. Now, before you budget, you gotta know what you're working with. You wouldn't just randomly pick a landing spot, right? Right? You check the map, you look for loot spots, and then you plan your strategy. Your income is your loot pool. You gotta know how much is coming in before you can start spending. So let's list out all your cash sources. Do you have a part-time job? That could be one. What about a side job like babysitting, pet sitting, doing someone else's homework? Tutoring. Or do you have that rent-sponsored allowance? There's no shame. We take the dubs where we can get them. List all your cash sources out so you know what all is coming in. All right, so you've landed. Now what? You gotta check your surroundings. Who's around you? What's that sound? What loot is nearby? And how to survive. Your expenses are just like loot. You need to know what's around so you can plan ahead. Break it down like this. First, you have your essentials. This is like your med kits and shields. If you live by yourself, you have groceries, you have rent to pay. For high schoolers, you have transportation like gas or phone bill. Next, you have important but flexible. These are your weapons and materials. This category has savings, debt, and insurance. And finally, you have extras. This is your emotes and skins. This category has like gaming subscriptions, streaming services, and eating out. Now, your expenses may not fall into every single thing I said, and that's okay. What you need to figure out is what expenses you have and what categories they do fall into. If you don't check your minimap in Fortnite, you're gonna run into problems. Same with your budget. If you aren't tracking where your money's going, you'll end up broke before the next paycheck drops. Track your spending for at least a month using apps like Mint or YNAB, Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, just simple spreadsheet. Or you could try the pay and pray method, but let's be honest, that doesn't work. You want to run around Fortnite with 5 SMGs and no healing items, right? Balance is key. Same with your budget. Prioritize the essentials, then the savings, then the fun stuff. If your spending is higher than your income, it's time to make some cuts. Maybe drop a streaming service, or maybe don't go out on a late night run with your friends to Quick Trip or McDonald's. God, it's so tragic. Before we wrap up, here's some MLG Pro strats to make budgeting even easier. 1. Be realistic. If you make $800 a month, don't budget like you make $1,500 a month. 2. Stay flexible. Life happens. Unexpected expenses? Adjust like you would mid-game. And 3. Check weekly. Just like checking your loot, review your budget weekly. Figuring out your budget is the most important step in zero-based budgeting, just like picking the right landing spot in Fortnite. If you plan well, great, you're set up for success. If not, your wallet might be taking in hell. Be on the lookout for what's next in our series, Step 2 of zero-based budgeting, how to allocate your money and how it relates to planning your loot path. Hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you for trusting us.